everything good. I know what your busy schedule.
About how you started out and the origins of the Tank character and who you became today. So, were you up where you're like, oh, that's a great idea. I should be this unstoppable force, like an unstoppable tank.
Honestly, it came from my boy Blaze. He got me started. I was basically just a security guard at first, made sure nobody interfered in the match. And if you got wrong with Blaze, you got wrong with me.
Mm-hmm.
So for a good little minute, I was just known as the enforcer.
Okay.
Then broadcast team, they just out the blue. This massive tank, he just hit him with a power bomb, and it really stuck from there. So since 2008, when I first came aboard to the wrestling scene, to now, it stuck.
So, when you were in the Indies, you didn't have that name.
The
A different name in the Indies. In the Indies, I was Chase Maverick, and then once I got like signed, I needed a newer name, a name that would like register and like that would stick with people. So I became Johnny Dangerous, and then I took some time off, and then when I came back, I had this idea of the Dick gimmick and Johnny Dick Dangerous. You know, in some promotions, I'm just known as Dick Dangerous. Others, I just go by Johnny Dick Dangerous. But everyone knows the Dick. But so you went from the Enforcer to the Tank. How was everyone dealing with that? Like the crew that you were rolling with? Do you still roll with those guys today? I mean, I'm sure you probably had to drop them to propel to superstardom. How was that like?
I mean, it was only people I really rolled with was Blaze and Darius. Them the only two people because everybody else they were like sideways. So, like I said, the indie scene ran through as the enforcer, won two titles there because I didn't stay in the indies long. Blaze got me up. He called me up. This was when he was wrestling for WWE. So came in, got the name. Everybody that I was cool with them two people are the only two I really still socialized with from the past.
Well, now that you have like a really good future, I mean, you're United States champion in Lions Den. Can you talk me through that match and how that went?
Oh man, that match there, it was. It could have been more epic than what it was, but it was the simple fact of as he got me down, he tried to climb the cage. That's cool, but understand one thing: I'm not finna let you win when the title's on the line. He couldn't figure out, like he just wanted to think if he wanted to jump down on me or if he wanted to climb over. But by the time he figured out what he wanted to do, I was up. Monster Ball later, I'm leaving the cage through the door. You new United States champion of Lions then.
So now that you're the new champion, is there anybody immediately like a contender in Lions now? I know I just got here and I'm like just trying to meet some of the guys, that I know from other promotions and stuff like that. But there's a couple new faces and that I really haven't introduced myself to that I will introduce myself to. But when the time's right, just kind of just you know took a little hiatus, but I'm back now. You know, just got a lot of ring rust. The last I last competed against a good buddy of mine in MEW. Uh, we did a 2 out of 3
Mm-hmm.
falls match. Pretty went pretty quickly. Match. I think I read the rating was like a 3.5 stars, and wasn't
Yeah.
it wasn't real long. But is there anybody that's
Okay.
challenging you at this point in time?
Not at the moment. The only guy I would like to go against is the guy that I supposed to compete it for another title, but he left because of some complications during the match. So Payne, I wanted to go against him. I really did. I've done a couple sparring matches with him. He's pretty good. I want to see what he's like when I'm going all out because a sparring match you will never get me at 100%.
No, because dark matches they're
So
just
yeah,
for fun, man.
Payne. Yeah, hell, I wouldn't mind putting it up against the dick
uh, well, probably
just
come
just to see
sooner.
what you're about.
I'll probably come sooner or later, but I'm really not for mid card titles at the moment, man. Like I don't. don't really care about them. I'm more of a world champion kind of guy, like a guy of my caliber. Should I feel like I've earned the right to be in main events on any promotion because my name carries weight, and there's a legacy when it comes to the dick because once you've had the dick, you want some more. But yeah,
Wow.
I just feel like any the dude, and once I destroy them, I feel like I should be up there, and that's just how I feel. I mean, like, yeah, you got to earn the right, which I mean, I will. It's only a matter of time. I'm gonna get what I want. The only thing that's really gonna slow me down is if I have to work my way up to it. It's gonna happen. It's kind of like sex with Ben Roethlisberger. You can kick and scream all you want, but it's gonna happen. I'm a Browns fan, so I had to put that joke out there. I
Yeah.
hate Pittsburgh, but now I wanted to talk to you about an idea. Now, you and I have been boys for a while now, ever since what we met in what was it 2018? Was it last year?
Yes, sir.
It's 2018.
Yeah. I was backstage with my brother after you gave him the L.
Yeah, yeah. He's still mad at me about that.
Yeah, you're the reason why he retired.
No. Oh, did he really? I had no idea.
Yeah, the Destroyer has hung up his boots. It's even to the point for special matches, like say my MEW world title match I got coming up. I throw on his mask. I come out to the ring with his mask on every big title match.
Yeah, but I was actually wanting to ask you about a movie idea that my executives up in Hollywood were thinking, and they were wanting to do this movie, and they needed a very, very big bad villain to push the character of my character. And I was like, I think,
Honor.
yo, you would be honored. Oh, dude, it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be another Fatal Danger movie. I think it's gonna be the third one. But like the premise of it is like pretty much like we have this big bad guy trying to take over Miami again, and I have to stop them. And it's like it's gonna be really awesome, and there's gonna be like a lot of fight scenes, a lot of explosions, and I think they're wanting to make a part two of that one. So I don't think your character is
Mm,
going to die, but I think they're wanting to do a part two. So I imagine that your character, the villain of the story, will have to
mm,
live for there to be a part two. So, but we
mm,
could we could talk more about that later. But anyways, so you're the United States champion now, and things are looking
mm.
up for you. Now you've been world champion. You've held countless amount of championships in other leagues. Does this feel like a big honor to you being a United States champion, or are you wanting something bigger, or are you just content with what you have?
See me, I'm about like you. I know I'm main event contender type shit, but at the same time, I
Oh, dude, the mic's cutting out
need
again.
to drop it.
How
I
dare
went
you
out.
drop? I just bought that.
I apologize. I apologize. That's my fault.
That's
I'll
all
buy
right.
you another one.
Uh,
But
so yes,
yeah, a title in my eyes is a title. So if I have it, I'm gonna have it as long as I want it. It's basically how I'm looking at it.
hmm so you're content what you have right now, or are you like looking to bring prestige to it, or are you just looking to like use that as a stepping stone to the next one?
I wouldn't say I'm content, and I wouldn't say that I'm gonna build it. But being that I'm the first United States champion in that league, I
hmm
probably just build prestige with it before I just drop it and go after the world champion.
Yeah. So how many championships are there in Lions Den? I didn't really get a chance to look. I know there's the United
Um,
States, there's the Intercontinental, There's a heavyweight. I'm assuming there's a tag team. There has to be a tag team if it's going to be a promotion.
Yeah, I'm thinking next pay-per-view they supposed to have one. If I didn't supposed to say that, Randy, I'm sorry, but still, I'm thinking we supposed to have a tag coming up because me and my boy Grayson, we don't start up a new tag team. We don't let the Fallen go because it won't be the same without Storm. So now we're going by power and glory. I have pure power, and lately Grayson been on this thing, and it's nothing but glory on his end.
Yeah, I mean that's really nice that you didn't proceed the faction without your boy because that's loyal to your friend. That's something that you don't see nowadays is loyalty to friends because there's guys that are dropping friends like crazy just to get a push, and IWL. Sorry, I had to say it. But anyways, yeah. So yeah, I was looking at this at the locker room backstage, and I gotta tell you, man, there's not a single person that I like that I don't get along with. Like everyone back here seems pretty cool. I was talking with your boy Gorilla Cruz the other day, man. We were just bullshitting. I haven't seen him in like forever, man.
Oh man, Bump Gorilla Cruz. He stole my damn title from me, man.
I'm sure you're gonna get it
But
back.
nah, yeah, I mean, like I told you, I've held every title in MLW. New title, Tank returns. So yeah, first time I get to go for that title, it's up against Cruz. That fucking spear is just like the RKO. It comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, man, I've been hit with quite a few spears, and it's just annoying. It hurts your ribs, man. You gotta
But
do a lot of abs if you're gonna survive
yeah,
that, man. You gotta
but
do a lot of core.
yeah, but see, I've been hit with tons of spears, but it's nothing like getting hit by a spear from that big
Big,
ass motherfucker Gorilla Cruz.
that big boy. God
Oh
damn.
yeah, and I mean, I'm no small guy, but damn.
Yeah, but I was talking with him. We were bullshitting back and forth. I told him that you've been ducking me every card match, man. You've been running from the dick. You don't want to end up on that dick list.
I don't know if Cruz set his mind to not doing something or not losing a belt. Oh, you best believe Cruz gonna put you down. You going to Ape City for nothing because you gonna leave empty-handed.
He's gonna go ape shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I told him that he's got a one-trip ticket to Dicktown, Dicksville. All right, he's gonna get him on that Dick
Yeah.
down list. But that was all
Let's
good fun.
see.
He knows him and I we bullshit back and forth. He's a good dude. I enjoy hanging out with him and talking with him. I haven't really worked. I think I worked like a few house shows with him. I remember we did a 6-man tag, and he happened to be one of my partners. And dude was just going ape shit, man. Like he got in the
Hmm.
ring, he started just hitting motherfuckers. He almost hit the ref. And like, dude just went ape shit. All right, and that's what I love
You don't have
about
to.
that's what I love about guys like that, man. Like they're just like no holds barred. That's why I fuck with you, Tank, because like you're outspoken, not as outspoken as I am, but you're very outspoken. You know, and
There's only one dick, and you the only one that I know.
exactly, I'm the dick. Now, let's move on here. So, what other promotions have you been in recently that you become world champion or just the champion any type of level? Because you're currently the United States champion, Lines 10. Are you a champion in other promotions?
I mean, right as we speak, like I mentioned earlier, I have the MEW World Heavyweight Title match I have coming up. But other than that, SEW got me in the number. Well, got my boy. I'm training him to win that match for the title. But other than that, I'm really not interested in any titles because how I look at it, I hardly ever lose them titles, so I just drop them.
So who is the heavyweight champion in MLW? Like, forgive me for asking. It's just like I really don't know.
I think Yuri, former partner. Well, shit, he changed his name like he changed his draw, so I really can't give you an answer.
Oh man, that's bad if you don't know who the champion is in a promotion.
But see,
World
that's the
champion.
thing. Now, as far as the character name, I can't give you that.
No.
But the actual champion is actually my boy who runs Lions Den. So yeah, Randy. And don't get me wrong, like I said, we former tag partners, so I know what he can do just like he knows what I can do. But the only difference between me and him, I get stronger, and I also get quicker, and I also get to that mindset where I just don't give a damn, partners or not, I'm finna hurt you.
Hmm. Do they have a cruiserweight division in Lions Den? Because I'd love to bring my brother Price on board.
I think they do, but I'm not 100% sure. Like I said, I'm only focused on one title, and the title I wanted, it kind of got sidetracked because of an incident that happened. I had to take some time off. So yeah, I returned, and he kept his word. It wasn't the title I wanted, but he said I was owed a title match, and I got it.
Oh well,
I
hell
sure
yeah.
hate Jim left though.
Oh, why did he leave?
I honestly I don't know. Cause once I get my match out the way, bro, I leave. I get the hell on, just in case they try to ask me to do another one. Cause honestly, they don't pay me enough to do it.
Really? I mean, I thought with the man of
Mm.
your, legacy, that you would get paid the big monies.
I get paid the big money, but see, if I gotta be double booked, if you don't let me know ahead of time, I feel like I don't need to wait to that next check. I need my money the same time you pay me for my match. If I have to do another one, I need to be paid right then before my music even drops.
Yeah, well, I have no issues being double booked. I mean, it's just how business is. Sometimes like, guys, they can't show up because of other reasons, or guys can't do matches, because like they are are running late, or they have other obligations. So it's very very hard, and like you have to come in as an unscheduled opponent. Like I have no problem doing that. It's the nature of the business, man.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, I'm the same way, but at the end of the day, how I look at it, say, all right, they already on double book me once. That following week, I don't see myself being double booked constantly back and forth. Every week I got to get double booked. Only place that allowed to do that, honestly, is MEW. And the only reason why I say that is because I'm currently undefeated there. I want to give multiple people opportunities to see if they can beat me. So far, it hasn't happened.
Really.
Yes, sir.
I've been double booked a couple times back in my IWL days and GEW days, And GEW is another great promotion. If you guys haven't heard of it or haven't been to it yet, it's a great promotion. Osiris and those guys are really cool cats. I enjoyed working with them. We just had a disagreement between management and creative, so I left there. Uh, I will probably return someday, but as of right now, with my schedule with Hollywood and Lions Den and MLW, it's just, I mean, never say never. That's one thing that I learned in this business. You can never say never.
Oh yeah.
That's why I never say it, because at the end of the day, I just said it contradicting the hell out of myself. But still, GEW, I've made it there, but it wasn't a long tenure.
Hmm.
This is when I say what TP was, where Roy Harper was still in IWL.
Yeah, Roy
He
Harper and I are good
basically,
friends.
yeah, Roy, that's my guy, because at the end of the day, when everybody was looking at me like a jobber, he was putting faith in me, still giving me good matches and all that. Never been booked wrong when Roy was put up. I mean, I'm not dissing nobody that's over the management there now, because I mean, honestly, I actually like Raven. That's my guy. I like him. Riot's GM. I fuck with him, but at the same time, it's not the same as when Roy was there because, like I said, opportunity. If he feel like I'm ready and able to compete for that opportunity, he's gonna put me there.
Yeah, I liked Raven too, man. He's a good guy. I had him in Team Alpha Male with me. Real good guy. I'm glad to see that he's thriving still in IWL, even though that place has gone straight to hell. Uh, it's good that he's thriving out there. He became GM, but this whole persona, are you going to add more to it? Because like you've already established that you're this unstoppable force and you're this monster and you're just beating guys left and right, you know. So are you going to add more to that? Is there any creative ideas that you have to take with your character in a direction that you want to go, or are you just content with being who you are right now?
I mean, at this moment, it's more to come. I'm not gonna say exactly what, but like I said, now that I've left the Fallen because partner, I feel like I can't just keep going by the Fallen Angel without my brother being there with me. So at the end of the day, you can be looking forward to a new character, a new persona, a new ego, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming soon.
Now, with speaking of egos, I know that I have a really, really, really big ego, and it's really hard for people to like get along with because of how big my ego is. You know, because like this isn't really a gimmick. I live like that's just who I am. I'm a dick. Now, the whole dick thing stems from back in my military days when I was in the army. Now, they always told us like they're always like they'd smoke the dog shit out of us. We'd be doing fucking push-ups till like fucking we puke or all that kind of all that kind of shit. And they'd be like, "Gentlemen, what the fuck are you? What are you?" We're like, and we have to say we're dicks because the dick is an acronym that stands for a dedicated infantry combat killer. That's what the government paid us to be, dicks. They paid us to be a dick.
What?
Yeah.
Damn.
So that's what we got paid to do. And I just kind of took that that what was instilled into me by the military, and I brought it to the outside world, to the civilian world. Because like I always tell people that always ask me like, how was the military? I tell them that it's two separate worlds, and they ask like, what do you mean? And I was like, well, the military is a different world from the civilian world. I call that real world. I call the civilian world Disney World because that's pretty much what it is. Because I would love to sleep in till whatever the fuck that I wanted. I mean, you can on the weekends if you're not pulling like staff duty or CQ and stuff like that. But my ass was up every day, well, Monday through Friday, unless I had to work CQ or staff duty. From like, I woke up at 5, had to be at work by 5:45, but I get there at 5:30 because I was a team leader, so I had to be there. I had to be there. Well, I didn't have to be there early. Like I just got there early just because like I wanted to, because that's called being a good team leader. And we'd work from like we work 12, sometimes 24-hour days. But if you work a 24-hour day, you get that next day off to reset. So that's one thing that I love it. So if you have like CQ or staff duty, that's 24 hours. So if you work that, if you get CQ or staff duty on a Thursday, you get Friday off. So while everyone's working on a Friday, you get Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So you get an extra day off. So that's fucking smart. But anyways, so they're entirely two different worlds, and it's a really bad habit to break because I'm used to dealing with and talking to people of my own kind. That's why like a lot of people are soft, man. Like they're fucking soft. They are
Yeah.
some limp dick motherfuckers. All right. And
Damn. Not
yeah,
limp dick.
yeah, but like that's one of the things in IWL. IWL, they're a bunch of fucking soft ass motherfuckers in there, dude. They're just like, oh, you're hurting my feelings and stuff like that. And I don't want to be in a fucking promotion where people are just fucking soft, you know. If,
Yeah.
and it's just how people are nowadays, you know. And it's just, I hope,
That's the sad part.
yeah, I hope people in Lions Den aren't as soft as other like promotions that I've been to. You know, it's just like to be a really good heel, you have to do your job. You have to piss people off. That's literally your job as a heel. It is easy to piss people off than get people to love you. And that's what I love about being a heel so goddamn much. It is
Well,
way easier.
the beautiful part about that there, I'm neither face or heel, so I can be a dick 1 minute and I can be a gentle giant the next.
Yeah, but the thing about my character, because I started off as a face, then I
Hmm.
transitioned to a heel with the whole dick persona that I had, and then once I got to Hollywood, I'm kind of like I'm a good guy and a bad guy kind of way. I'm like kind of like an anti-hero. I do some really sketchy, shady shit, but people still, for some reason, cheer for me. Like I try to get booed, but they still refuse to do it, and I'm just like at this point where like what do I have to do to like get over as a heel? I mean, I've done it before I went to Hollywood and stuff like that. It's just now it's just like I don't know what to do. I mean, like I could literally like almost practically murder the top babyface, which I don't know who the top babyface is in Lions Den or MLW. Because like the one thing that I learned is there's a lot of heels in Lions Den
And not enough faces.
and not enough faces. So it kind of sucks because you have to have that yin and that yang. You have to have that like the balance of powers. You can't have a roster full of nothing but heels. You know what I mean? So like now I'm kind of
Mm,
like I have to embrace the babyface role because there's so many heels and it doesn't make sense for like a heel versus heel. You know what I mean? Because like
yeah,
I
yeah,
could
I
tell
get you.
I could tell you like trying to book a heel versus heel match, like they're either gonna cheer for one person or they're just not gonna care about the match. That's how it is. And it just kind of sucks
Well,
because
that's the not trying to cut you off, but let me give you an idea. Let me tell you why it's good to be neither face or heel. Because at the end of the day, in your mind, you don't give a damn. Your only goal is to go in here and decimate whoever's you in the ring with, whether the crowd boos you or not. You're here to destroy people, right?
yeah,
Well, in
but
your case, you're here to put them on the dick down list.
well, yeah, but the
Me,
no, go
go
on.
ahead.
No, I was going to say the point is at the end of the day, it's still business, and you still have to entertain the crowd. Either they love you or they hate you. At the point is, your character has to get on that side. If you're a face, you have to get them to adore you. If you're a heel, you have to get them to hate you. And the point is, I'm trying to say is working a double heel match, like it sucks because they're either not going to care because you guys are both bad guys, and they're like, oh, okay. It's kind of like
Hmm.
ISIS and Taliban fighting each other. You know,
Yeah.
you have to have that you have to have that force that's like the good guys that come in, and at the end of the day prevail. But the thing about how I hate working heel matches, like heel versus heel, like because like I usually will get cheered unless like there's a heel that's kind of like he's a tweener, like he's about to turn babyface. So he'll get cheers, and but the point is like there has to be a balance in the roster amongst babyfaces and heels. You can't have one side be stronger than the other. You know what I mean? So that's why, as of right
Yeah.
now, I'm a
Hey man, you
babyface.
don't mind if I smoke?
Oh
Yeah,
no,
you
no,
don't
go
mind
ahead.
if I smoke in here, do you?
Like
Okay,
just
okay.
the wife's not here, so she vapes anyway, so you're
Yeah,
good.
got
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, but
But I get what you're saying. But see, this the me. I'm actually, believe it or not, my new character coming is actually going to be a face. I've decided to go on to be a face because it leads back to what you said. The end of the day, eventually people gonna get tired of seeing heel versus heel.
exactly, it's a
So
business.
why not make why not make the biggest, the most dominant big man? I don't care what nobody say until they can beat me back to back. I'm the biggest and most dominant big man you gonna come across. So why not make me the face of the company?
And you can do that. I mean, as of right now, you're the United States champion, you know, and whoever the world champion is,
Mm,
I don't know who the world champion is in Lions Den. Yeah, that's pretty sad that I don't know.
They're
uh,
having a tournament. They're having a triple threat for that right now. So we'll know soon.
oh,
Cause
who's
like I
in?
said, Jim actually left. Yeah. I think Donnie or Mr. Hawk. My bad. I'm so used to calling them by their regular names and not the actual.
Ring
So
name.
Macho, I think he's in, and some other guy. I can't just pinpoint it right now because I'm just now looking at the board to see what the match is gonna look like, and that's what it says. It looks like I might be on a little break, so I don't know if I'm gonna be booked this week. So guess
Wait,
what that means?
wait, is our boy Martin Money in that as well?
Yeah,
Yo,
Mr.
yo,
Money.
Mr.
I'm
Money.
glad he's back. I'm glad he's back. I'm glad he's competing because my first real title reign,
Hmm.
he put it at a screeching halt because this is Graves, Mr. Beast,
OG.
had
Oh
his,
yeah.
yeah, he had his promotion up. Me and Mr. Money had a match for the ages, man. We had this Iron Man match and it was epic. We trading these pinfalls back and back. Never fails. He get one, I'm coming right behind him. He
I
got me the last 10 seconds of the match, but I love that match. It's to this day one of my favorite matches.
Yeah, I love being in the ring with Martin Money, man. That guy he's a good dude. He's very competitive. He's a hard hitter. I've always had great matches. I mean, remember my 6-pack challenge matches that we used to do last year? Those
I
matches were,
never made it that far.
oh man. But yeah, Martin Money, he's a good dude, man. He gave me a run for my money. He never eliminated me, but he gave me a strong run. But at the end of the day, I had to hit him with that dick. But
Oh man.
I hope he wins it, man. He deserves it. He honestly does. I've never been in the ring with Donnie. Not yet. I mean, I'm going to at some point. He's going to end up on the list. Uh,
Man, see, with Mr. Hawk, Donnie, it's kind of fucked up because every time we have a match, something always goes wrong backstage and we have to halt it every time. So
every
we've
time.
never really competed to see who's the baddest. And being
Yeah.
that me and him, we got chemistry because he has his stable, IDK, and I have mine falling. So we always throwing little puns around, like I'll walk in the back and I'm like, IDK, if Donnie gonna win this match this time, you kind of sorry. And then he'll hit me with that, oh, you gonna be one of the falling like your brother, all that. Damn, we just trip out laughing and gonna do what we gotta do.
Yeah. I definitely like the atmosphere backstage. Everyone's pretty cool. There's only a couple people that I think that I really want to get in the ring with so far. Like I'm looking at these names. There's like quite a few of them that I really want to, get them on that list just so I can like shut them the fuck up.
Well, you'll never shut me up because I'll fight you. It'll be list versus list. The dig
Yeah,
down list of the falling.
yeah. One of us is going on that list.
Yeah, somebody's gonna end on the list somewhere.
Yeah, but I really hope that Martin Money wins the title because he's a good dude. He's worked his ass
Yeah.
off. Been in plenty of matches with him, and I can tell you he's the real deal. I mean, he's never beaten me,
Oh yeah.
but I can tell you he's the real deal.
Well, I can't say that because again, he took my title from me. So yeah, I can't. But at the end of the day, like you said, he's worked hard. I've been in promotions with him where he's been completely screwed out of his title shots, and I'm
Yeah,
like, as much as this man, he's here. He's in the gym, in the ring more than anybody here. But yet, when he's in a title match, it's supposed to be a 1v1. Next thing you know, two more people getting at it. Like, how can you win against that, man? You prepare for one person. Next thing you know, you got two other people you know literally nothing about in the ring with you.
and it's just so hard as a competitor, like having a last minute, like, oh yeah, oh you think it's gonna be like a one-on-one, becomes like a triple threat, or becomes a fatal four, and like you don't know them. You know what I mean? You're like, where the fuck did this come from? And it's like,
Oh
as a
yeah.
competitor, it sucks. because what you think, because you're in the ring with the guy or the champion or the challenger, and you're like, I know I can beat this guy, but now you have to worry about the other dickhead or the other two dickheads, and you're like, what the fuck, you can potentially lose a match and not even lose. You can lose a match, but you aren't the one that eats the pinfall or the sub. And that's what sucks about it, because like, you didn't lose that match, that guy lost you that match. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what I hate about it. You know, but yeah, but certain like ladder matches, you can, but it just sucks because then there's like some shady shit that goes down. But the thing with Martin, and I remember when him and his brother, they both got screwed in IWL. There was clear evidence, and management looked the other way because it happened to be one of their golden boys. So of course they're gonna turn a blind eye when one of their golden boys fucking breaks the rules. And it's not heel work. The dude blatantly cheated to win. I saw the footage, and I was just like, what the fuck? You remember that playoff game a couple years ago, uh, the Saints and the Rams, when there was that blatant
Yeah.
like fucking pass interference call that was a helmet to helmet that was never called, that changed the whole outcome of the game. The Saints should have went to that Super Bowl. It should have been the Saints against the Patriots, but it was the Rams and the Patriots. It was like that. It's like, how the fuck do you not call that? That is just piss poor managing,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, I mean, I understand, but like I've told everybody has their problems with the promotion they're in or whatever. But for the most part, all the promotions I've had problems with, they'll never see me again. If I haven't had a problem, places like IWL, SEW, MEW, MLW, I'll leave them in a minute. The management come trying to talk to me and say, well, we got a match we want you to do, just one appearance. If you decide to stay, we'll let you stay and all that, this and that. I'll do it. But it's places like, now I'm finna call out shots. WUW, and it's another one that I mean, this one here I just left, so I don't give a damn one way or the other. But I feel like you fucked me, and you fucked me. Why would I come back? Because at the end of the
Yeah.
day, I'm putting in all this work, and either I'm not getting acknowledged for it, or you blatantly let folks screw me just to give me a L.
Yeah, and that's what that promotion did, man. Like, if you weren't in their circle, in their little clique, if you weren't part of their golden boy club, they were gonna go out of their way to fuck you over. And that's why Roy Harper left, man. That's the true story why Roy Harper left.
Yeah, I about know he made that perfectly clear before he left. And I mean, I'm actually glad to be back in SEW just to be able to work with Roy again, because that's my guy. And now, Bird's the GM over Mosh Pit, so I'm getting to work with almost two of my favorite people. Because sparring, as far as that go, me and Bird got a rivalry that will lead back to the day when I started, and we're great friends. Outside of the ring, we're great friends. But inside that ring, we can't stand each other. It's even to the point where he won't even pass me the blunt no more.
Yeah, that's what I do love working with my friends, just because like it's easy to put on great matches because you have the chemistry, But I gotta tell you, man, like working with someone that you hate is kind of like, the matches. They're not as good as working with your friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like when you're
And I mean,
when you're in a match with someone that you hate, you're wanting to get that match over with as soon as possible, just because you hate that motherfucker. Kind of like
yeah, that's why I dominate on him.
now. There's only one guy to ever defeat me two times. We had a rivalry going, and I ended up winning it. But I took two back-to-back losses. His name was Diego, and I hated that motherfucker.
I
And
know Diego.
yeah, and he won the tournament that I was in, because Roy Harper and I were both, we got to the semifinals of that tournament, and he ended up winning, but I ended up beating him like the next card, so I got that win back. So, but Diego
Mm.
actually beat me two times, and I ended up beating him 3 times to finish the rivalry. But that dude was a tough motherfucker. I hated him, dude. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like that dude, I fucking hate him. And I wanted our matches to be over as soon as possible. But if, like, when we stepped in the ring in our house show matches, you know, when we had the multi-man matches, the tag matches with Marshall's Dick, you know, it was a fun match, man. Like, it went on long, you know, like when you're wrestling with your buddies, it's
I'm
really fun. You know what I
I'm
mean?
gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. Fuck Marshall's Dick, god damn it. Tired of this shit.
Yeah.
But y'all logo was so fire. I ain't even gonna lie, that logo was bad as hell.
Yeah, dude, we need to get
A
Marshall in
dick in
line
a
here.
hand. That shit was funny.
It was like a heart too. It says Marshall's Dick. Oh, dude, our logo
Yeah.
is hilarious.
Oh yeah. I'll never take it for it. But see, at the end of the day, like I said earlier in the first part of this, if it wasn't for Marshall, if it wasn't for Graves, and if it wasn't for Grayson, my current tag partner, man, Tank wouldn't be worth a damn, because them motherfuckers, they kept me in that damn gym working me out, not realizing they're the main reason why I'm so big now, because they wouldn't let me take a break.
Yeah, Graves is actually the person that he is today because of remember when we was over at my place and we were hanging out? Graves. We made him who he is today.
Yeah, he did say, and I mean, I appreciate him acknowledging it, because at the end of the day, we both know Graves can be in the dick contendership with you sometimes,
Oh yeah, we've had
and for him to give us our props like that, man, that took a lot for him to do.
that took a lot of like that's like a lot of integrity and like a very good character that he displayed right there. It's good sportsmanship. You know, it's kind of like professional courtesy. Now Graves and I, we've been in the ring plenty of times. He's beat my brother, but he's never beaten me. You know, he's
Yeah, I mean, well, after the indie days with Graves, I can't say that, because once he became IWL royalty, I don't care what nobody says there. Graves is IWL royalty, and this motherfucker here just became a whole beast. OG Beast, the baddest man walking. I don't care what nobody's saying. I will put my money on Beast every time he steps in the ring.
yeah, I'll put my money on him too. Just like OG is just I've been in the ring with him. He's taken me to my limits. The very first ever, we had our pay per view together. It was our first ever pay per view, and it was for the become the first ever North American champion in GEW. We had a 5-star match, and dude, that dude put me through hell. I think it was the only time he came so close to beating me, and
Mm.
it was just heart like yeah, it was heartbreaking for him because he took the L, but it was just like but he got over because of it, because like the whole story building up to it was that he never beat me. You know what I mean? And so for him to get so close and it was right there and become a North American champion on top of that, you know, and then I ripped it away from him when I ended up winning, you know, like he got over even more because of it, because the fans were 100% behind him to beat me, but it never happened. And that's how
Yeah.
people can get over.
Yeah, them are facts, because I remember our first match on IWL, because before we was actually booked to fight, we had Public Enemy together.
Hmm.
Graves basically was somebody that's here. He talks cash money shit. Don't nobody really know who he is, but they know who I am, because at this time, this is when my name started carrying weight. Cause that's when I started getting in the gym with him and Marshall so much. So yeah, he gets there. He talking cash shit. Oh, he gonna whoop any and everybody ass. This and that. So I've been put in a lot of uncomfortable predicaments with him because of his mouth. So we finally decided to disperse, just let Public Enemy just go, end it. And after we ended it, it's like that's what made our matches so much better, because he knew my moves set like the back of his hand. But he's the type of person where he's gonna figure out some type of move that's gonna punish you the whole match. Even after the match, you're gonna have problem leaving that ring, walking to the back room. So I mean, I can never just pinpoint what he's gonna do when he's gonna do it. He always had something different from me every time we stepped in the ring.
You know where he gets that from?
You?
He gets it from me. I never, if I know that I'm going to fight a guy and I'm going to fight him again, I will always change up my moves, like especially my finisher, because there's a cycle of moves that I have as my finishers that I will cycle through, because you don't know if it's going to be on the ground, you don't know if it's going to be running, you don't know if it's going to be like standing. Like I switch it up just to keep them guessing, because you can fight somebody so many times and you won't know their whole entire like what they do. You know, like John Cena, like he has like what, the 5 moves of doom. You know,
Yeah.
the point of
Yeah,
switching it
but
up is to catch them off guard, and when you catch them off guard, you know, because you can be at a stalemate the whole time in the match. When you catch them off guard, then you get an advantage. So then they'll be like, oh, I need to look out for that the next time. And then the next time you're in that match, when you think that I'm going, like when they think I'm going to go for a submission and I'm not going to do a submission, you know, it's going to fuck with them. It's mind games. It's like when I'm in the ring, I do a lot of footsies. It's a term that was coined for Mortal Kombat. If any of you guys play Mortal Kombat, Johnny Cage, he happens to be the king of footsies. When you're within that distance of like striking distance, like you want to bait your opponent in so you can steal a turn, right? So that's what my goal is playing footsies. That's what I really excel at, is the whole footsie. Like even in Mortal Kombat, like I'm really awesome at footsies. Like you do not out footsies me, all right? You don't.
Yeah. I'll try, goddammit.
But
now, honestly, but see the thing about that right there, the whole switching the moves, you can do whatever you want. You can switch it multiple times. I don't prove that. You can go through your move sets. Like you said, you cycle your moves. Okay, I probably changed one move. Like I went from the natural disaster to the monsters ball. Them the only 2 moves you really have to worry about, because other than that, my signatures, they will never change. Either you're going to catch the falling driver or you're going to catch the 3 stages of hell. One way or the other, you're going down.
yeah, I've been hit with plenty of those. We've done quite a few house shows together, but yeah, that's getting hit with that monster's ball will take years off your life, man. My fucking back still hurts. God damn.
Appreciate it. I mean, I did my job.
Yeah, you are doing your job. Just next time, go a little easy, all right? Like I gotta get disability from the VA because of my back, all right? I don't want my buddies fucking paralyzing me.
It's either monsters ball or roadkill. Roadkill is nothing but the Superman punch and spear. If you let me land that roadkill, it's over with. The match is done. It'll end it just as quick as the monsters ball will.
Hey, stay away from the face. I need that for Hollywood, all right? I need it.
Okay, I won't hit you with roadkill.
I can't keep
you get that pass.
Yeah, I can't get hit in the face. I can't keep getting hit in the face and still be in Hollywood, all right? I gotta keep this pretty face, all right? You know, like I got Instagram, I got Twitter, I got Facebook. You know, like the ladies love it. My wife, she loves it, but she hates the attention that I get from, you know, the ladies. But it's the nature of the business. That's what happens when you're married to a famous Hollywood celebrity and a professional wrestler all in one. You know, and you know it's just, you know, cons of the job, I guess. But back in my single days, dude, it was awesome.
You was a hoe.
Oh,
let's
dude,
be real. You was a hoe
for sure. You know, it's me. You don't look this good and be in the military and have a uniform. You know what I mean? And like, you go around the world just slaying pussy. That's oh man, that was awesome. Best fucking years of my life. All right, but we're gonna end the broadcast. Tank, thank you for stopping by and finishing part 2. I know we had some complications because of the whole mic issue that I went and bought. So thanks for stopping by the house and studio. I'll definitely will have you again. But one thing I want to say before we close shop here is that we need to talk to Marshall. I know he's going through some stuff right now, and I know he's our boy, but we got to be there for him, and we got to get him back in the ring. We got to knock that ring rust off of him. God knows that I still have ring rust. I competed probably like a few weeks ago, and there's guys that are
Hmm.
on it that are every day doing dark matches, house shows. So we got to get him back on here. But thanks for being on the show, man.
No problem, man.
All right, that'll do it from the Daily Dick.